Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thales Peterson here. So the very first video I told you guys a little bit about my story growing up in Brazil, moving to the US, living in Albuquerque, and then moving to Florida, and then from Florida moving to California, and that's where we're gonna pick up today. So at this point, I am in California already, Los Angeles, Monrovia more specifically. So I'm coaching the Monrovia high school team with Mike. Mike is the guy that I had picked up from the airport and he helped me out. And I am training Melody's team twice a week. So life starts to unfold and to develop. So one day I get on the computer and I send an email to a guy called Rafa. And Rafa was part of the same coaching license that I had picked up Mike from. Rafa and Josh, they were also part of that coaching license. So I knew Rafa was in California, but I didn't know exactly where he was. So I reached out to Rafa and I sent him an email saying, hey, Rafa, this is Thales. I'm not sure where you are, but I know you are in California. So if you ever need anything, if anything ever comes up and we can meet up or whatever, please just let me know. My gosh, this is how crazy the universe works. So I remember Rafa replying to the email and saying something along the lines, oh my gosh, wow, you are just in our backyard. Our club is based in La Cañada and you live in Monrovia, which is about 15 minutes away. Crazy how things happen. If you believe in synchronicities or whatever your faith is, you're going to be surprised how things unfolded. So long story short, to not get into too much depth, because I'm talking about lots of different names already for all of you, but it's a very interesting story. So now I start also coaching for Rafa's club. So Rafa's club was called LAFC at the time, not the same LAFC as they have nowadays. I'm recording this video in 2025. It's not the same LAFC now. It was LAFC from back in the day. So I start coaching for them also, and I am also still coaching for the Monrovia high school team with Mike. At this time, now Melody's group, they were U18 at the time. So they graduated out, the kids graduated high school. So we don't have a club team for them anymore. So now what happens is I am coaching for Rafa's club, LAFC, and I am coaching for the Monrovia high school team. High school soccer in California lasts about 3-4 months. We made to the playoffs that year, but unfortunately we ended up losing in the first round. I still remember to this day, the team had a kid that could do the flip. He would do the flip and throw the ball into the box. We ended up losing 1-0. Not that I remember vividly, but I surely do. So we ended up losing that one. And now I am only coaching for LAFC. They were able to give me 2 teams. So very thankful for Rafa and Josh for helping me get my journey started in California. So I am coaching for them full-time now. And I had a team that was U11 at the time. And the team was doing very well. And I used to coach quite a few kids that were going to the same school that there was a guy called Robert Friedland, or Bob. And his kids used to go to the same school as quite a few of the kids on my team. So Bob finds out that I was being successful, I was doing well with the team. In California, you have different levels of the leagues that you play. So we were silver, we got promoted to silver elite, and then there was also gold. So the very first season that I took the team, we went from silver to silver elite. So we got promoted. The team was doing very well. Parents were happy, kids were happy. I had a very, very good relationship with all the kids, with my managers. My manager, Pablo, my manager, Jack Shadell. Jack, oh my gosh, I hope you're seeing this, Jack. Jack is a very, very good friend till this day. Jack is a very successful lawyer in California. Great, great friend. So now at this point, I am coaching for LAFC. And this guy, Bob Robert Friedland, he reaches out to me and he said, hey, I'm thinking about starting a club here in California. I'm thinking about starting a club from scratch. Would you be interested? And I was like, no, I just got here. I've been in Los Angeles for now about, at the time, it was about 9 months. I was like, I just got here. I'm not really settled yet. So let me figure things out. So at this point, what happens was, time goes by and then Bob would call me all the time and I was like, no, I don't feel like I am prepared to start a club. I was only 25, 26 at the time. And it turns out that one day I go to a high school game. It was an all-girls school called Westridge. Westridge, if I'm not mistaken, it's Westridge. And Ashley, Bob's daughter, is playing in the game. And who do I see? Bob, the guy that I had been avoiding for a very long time because I was like, no, I don't want to answer the phone. So he sees me and he goes, hey, why aren't you returning my calls? And I was like, oh, well, because I don't really feel like I want to start a club. I'm happy where I am. Everything is good. I'm single at the time, living at Greg's place. He gave me a great deal for rent and things like that. So he goes, okay, would you at least agree to have a meeting with me? Yes. All right. So we set up the meeting. Long story short, Bob convinces me to start a club from scratch, from nothing. We didn't even have a name. We didn't have a field. We didn't have a uniform. We didn't have any players. We didn't have anything whatsoever. All we had was the idea of starting a club. And for the ones that know, Southern California, this is around 2006. SoCal has, in a 10-mile radius, you have about 20 different soccer clubs. So everybody told us, you guys are crazy. What are you doing? This area doesn't need any more teams, any more clubs. And we're around Pasadena. Very, very competitive area. So we had LAFC, the club I was coaching. We had Barcelona with Sharif. Sharif! Hope are you seeing this too, Janet, Greg? Oh my gosh, this gives me so many great, amazing memories. So they had some of the best clubs in the country were in SoCal at the time. And we agreed to start the club. And we were like, wow, how are we going to do this? Oh my gosh, the video is getting long again. So I will most likely cut it short here and I will pick back up exactly first day that we had FC Golden State. That's how we started. We started FC Golden State from nothing. So I'm gonna tell you guys how we first started, the very first day, first tryout that we had. And you guys will see amazing how life happens, how things happen. So come back for the third video. And guys, I tried to write a script for all of this. And the first video, I was supposed to have only one video as the introduction, but I'm already going into the third one. So stay tuned, come back for the third video of my channel. Thank you so much for staying here.